I would argue that the best way to prevent suicide in our juvenile justice facilities is to prevent them from becoming suicidal in the first place. Suicide-resistant rooms, safety smocks, those are for youth on suicide precautions. But if most youth in custody have significant numbers of suicide risk factors, and most youth in custody are under significant stress, and most youth in custody are limited in strong, healthy coping skills, I would argue all youth in custody should be viewed at risk for suicide. The hardworking men and women who work in juvenile detention and juvenile correctional facilities, these are often vulnerable kids, but they're often volatile kids, and they're often violent kids. Plus the mental health professionals who assess them, these individuals are being asked to identify who is the highest risk youth among an already very high risk population of suicidal youth, so that they can determine who do I put on suicide precautions and who don't I. That's a very, very challenging task. It's also important to keep in mind that the majority of youth who die by suicide in juvenile justice facilities were not on suicide precautions at the time of their death. We need to be vigilant about suicide among all incarcerated and all detained youth at all times. The fact is, youth in custody are housed alone in their rooms with doorknobs, handles, large hinges, protrusions from the ceiling, toilets, vents, clothing hooks, and other secure items that they can tie a sheet to, a blanket to, their t-shirt, or a bra and asphyxiate themselves. Even toilet paper can be twisted strongly enough to strangle oneself. Taking the trash can liners from the trash can, you can braid them together, and again, this is strong enough to strangle themselves. And these are often in the rooms of almost every youth in the facility. I've worked with youth who've jumped off the second tier of a 2-story unit, jumped in front of a moving vehicle on campus, tried to strangle themselves with their hair extensions, or tried to suffocate themselves by putting trash can liners, the bags, over their heads. Despite being safe and secure facilities, there are a multitude of ways that confined youth can kill themselves.